Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm recording. Oh yeah.
Sick.
Is that Cooper?
Cooper's, yep.
Are you there?
Yeah.
What's for dinner, Coop?
Well, chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice. That's what you're eating last time too. I remember that.
Can I just say,
yeah,
John,
dude, your mouth is full right now. Cooper.
no,
Your mouth is full. I heard it. I heard it.
It's not.
Swallow your food.
John, man, you sound so good right now.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
You sound healthy. You sound
healthy.
fit.
Mm-hmm. Well,
okay.
John, hit the intro, bro.
Yeah, I was waiting for you guys to shut up.
Welcome to the Fly You Fools podcast, the podcast that talks a little about JRR Tolkien and his work, and a lot about everything else. Enjoy this time with your fellow fools, Tibbs K, Jacob, and Cooper. Thank you for listening.
Nice.
Never even old. Never, absolutely never even old.
It's because we wait every 2 weeks to play it, so we got plenty of time to.
We never.
We got plenty of time for it to be fresh again.
By the way, guys, we do have. I was telling Jacob about this earlier, Cooper, but we do have a sponsor today, and that is the Rainforest Cafe Wild Bunch.
Yes.
Now, I just put a link in the chat, and to all the listeners at home, we're gonna make the album art for this podcast a picture of the Rainforest Cafe Wild Bunch.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, if you guys are clicking at it, it will give you a little rundown. So there's Cha-Cha, the adventure.
I call it Bamba.
No. We're not there yet. You don't get to call your own. It gets picked. It gets
very
picked.
true.
Gotta get picked.
It gets
so
picked
there's
by
Cha-Cha. Well, me and Cooper, obviously, but then you and Cooper picked for me.
You're gonna say the listeners,
right?
Yeah, no.
AKA,
the one listener.
That's never worked. It's just never worked.
No,
nobody ever responds.
Well, I got some news about that kind of later on in the episode. But for now, let's go. So there's Cha-Cha, the adventurous and brave red-eyed tree frog. Tuki, the amusing and curious baby elephant. Nile, the crocodile with a large appetite for fun. Bamba, the very strong but kind gorilla. And my thing is like all these are pretty well thought out. You know what I mean? Like Maya,
really
the fearless jaguar, is the protector of the rainforest. Rio, the swift and musical macaw who loves to sing and dance. And then Iggy, the iguana, who's the oldest and wisest. And then Ozzy is apparently a high orangutan because it says the wacky and big-hearted orangutan.
You know what kind of gets me about this though? They're all nice. Where's the asshole of the wild bunch? You know what I'm saying? One of them is an asshole, and they're just not telling us.
They can't all get along that well.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to make any judgments here, but I think Maya has an attitude on her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, look at the picture.
Yeah, sassy ass cat. Again, the orangutan, I'm pretty sure his eyes look weird, and I think he's high.
He kind of looks like a monkey, not really an orangutan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all they didn't really do.
You think the Rainforest Cafe would have their animals in order?
Their primates up to date, you know.
Yeah.
And why is the elephant smaller than a gorilla? Oh, I guess he's a baby. I guess he's a baby. Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's see which one is.
It's surprisingly well thought out.
Yeah. Well,
it's a big frog.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to just to get us started off here. John, you're Nile, my friend. The crocodile with a large appetite for fun and whatever else gets in his way.
And I'm 100% on board with that. I read through this list and I said, well, I'm Nile all the way. And I'm looking at Nile and it seems right. I mean, pretty shocking here. And then I would say, Cooper, I mean, you gotta kind of be. The problem is here's what I would say: you're Bamba, but there's the very kind portion. Very kind portion.
That's what I was getting at when there's no character.
I know. Well, to that I would say, well, that's okay. I might not have not a single
oh my god,
characteristic in common with Bamba other than he's strong, but I'll take it.
No, because I was gonna suggest Maya as yours.
A fearless protector of the rainforest.
Yeah. I don't know, Jacob.
I could get behind it.
I'm not.
I mean,
really
it's either
feeling
Maya or Rio.
I'm not
Well,
really
I don't.
feeling.
I do not love to sing and dance.
I kind of like Iggy, because Iggy sounds kind of like. I mean, not really the description, but just the name kind of sounds grumpy. You know.
No, I get that. And the oldest,
He's kind of old and grumpy.
I'm
and
the
sort of,
youngest, but
yeah. Honestly,
okay.
none of these characters fit Cooper. I don't want these guys to be our sponsor. How much are they giving us, anyways?
well, they're giving us the same amount. Absolutely everything is giving us, which is
So-
an actual negative amount of money. This
Did you have
makes
to
no
pay?
money.
Are we paying to visit this website right now?
Oh no, dude! There aren't any rainforest cafes. There used to be one in Tyson's, which had a badass fake crocodile in front of it. But now they're only in
Disney.
like the weird southern ass states, and then like Illinois, Michigan, and like what's it called, Minnesota.
Dude, do you remember the chicken nuggets shaped like all the animals?
Yeah, and then I think about it, and it was probably just frozen chicken. Wow, goddamn, dude.
That's exactly what it was.
Just frozen chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah,
right
of course.
You guys remember they had a real life alligator there, right in front of the store?
It wasn't real, Jacob.
And kids would put pennies in its mouth. That was insane.
Well, no, dude. So that's a great. So like we used to throw those quarters into the alligators' mouths, right?
Mhm.
But then this one time I had to go to the mall with my family, and it was me and my brother Chris. It was like a Monday night or something like that. And we were so bored, but they said we could go hang around a mall, but we didn't get any allowance because we never got any allowance. So we just went and we took all of like $10 at least of quarters out of that fountain.
Out of the alligator?
Yeah, out of the
That's
alligator
funny.
fountain. And then went to the KFC and got potato wedges and gravy and just had a great time. It was
Wow,
so
that's-
fucking funny. I remember being
that's
so
great.
scared.
You were like,
I
oh.
was like, oh, we stole like coins, and the Rainforest Cafe people were probably like, please come inside and buy one of our overpriced toys.
Mhm.
Wait, that place was kind of cool though.
I mean, yeah, at a certain point, is it rad and would I have loved to gone back and eat there? Like even right now? Sure, but it's probably nowhere near worth the amount of money it was.
So yeah, I actually went back to one in college because this is at Disney World. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, but it was so expensive.
Did you
It
get
was
the
like-
volcano?
that might be just
volcano cake?
Disney, you know what I mean?
Maybe I mean I think it adds to it, but yeah, it was so expensive. I can't remember what I got honestly.
It was like the way I would describe it is like the entire place is almost like a museum gift shop. Like there's some cool shit there, but looking at it, you just know it's not worth $15.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a fun environment to be in.
Well,
They have a
yeah.
big aquarium and stuff too.
And like the fog and all that, and like
The
it's-
fog and the sounds.
And the alligators.
I get.
Mhm.
I mean, I get the appeal of Rainforest Cafe, which is why
And
I
the
thought
rat-
it would
the
be
rats.
a great thing. The rats.
Yo, guys, I think we should open up a rainforest cafe nearby.
Yeah, dude, like
Honestly,
Tyson's Mall.
It would make a killing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and we could do like some charity scam where we put like, I don't know, a donation seeming thing and never specify it, and then just take all the money that people donate to.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Maybe
think I think we would have to like change the name up slightly. So instead of Rainforest Cafe, how about like Jungle Diner?
Jungle Diner is so bad. That might
actually
be one of the
great.
clunkiest names I've ever heard.
No, it rolls off
Jungle
the
Diner?
tongue.
No, dude.
You wanna go
Jungle
over to the
Diner
Jungle
is
Diner?
it's an effort to say. Like Jungle Diner, like I don't know.
I like that word. I like that word, jungle.
Jungle's great.
It's a good one.
Jungle.
It's good.
Jungle what though?
Just jungle. Like it sounds like a verb as well. So it could be
Jungle
like
kitten.
I'm gonna jungle you. Like kind of means like to rough them up.
Jumbling japes. What rhymes with J?
Not
I mean,
that.
yeah. I don't know, man. Fuck.
Jungle mumble. It's the new type of rap.
Cooper, as you know, is big into hip hop.
Mhm.
Which brings me into something for our next segment. And like, I'm happy because this is just a song that I get to play for the listeners. And I don't know if it's going to be copyrighted or anything like that, but I'll deal with that once anyone gives a fuck about what we're doing here. But have you guys heard this cop that got suspended for rapping all of these like really bigoted things and like telling Hillary to go kill herself and shit like that?
I don't know.
Well,
I'd like to hear it now, though.
Keep in mind, this guy is a black man from New York who happens to be a police officer, and he seems pretty frustrated with the current state of things. Oh wait, I just linked it. Damn it! That was gonna go smoother in my head. Fuck. All right, here we go.
Oh. Yeah,
So this is a police officer's song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The rock with this one. Check me out.
Oh my god.
Hey, hi, hello, this is Officer Bob. Last name Cisco, first name Rob. I'm a man of many talents, so many talents in fact. I know you're thinking that I'm black, that of course I could rap. Well, that's partially true, and the truth does hurt. No, I'm not Will Smith, so fuck, I'm gonna curse. Spit facts over feelings, because your feelings are irrelevant. There's only two genders, and Trump's still your president. Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. This whole coronavirus was sent here from China. Hillary is Hillary, we all know the reason. Where are those emails at? We should hang her for treason. I try to keep calm, because it's good for my health, but we all know Epstein didn't kill himself. Just because I'm a cop, it doesn't mean that I'm bad. Every day I go to work and I put on a badge, but I'd rather use my words than resorting to violence, because I'd rather talk to y'all than a blue wall of silence. I grew up in the hood, I'm a Newburgh G. I might be 5'0", I'm still the same old me. And we all bleed red, whether white, black, or brown. But we need to get together and shut this shit down. Stop looting, stop shooting, stop fires and threats. It only takes two people. I'm first, so who's next? That was smooth, right? That was smooth.
Agreed.
I can't say I hate.
I like that a lot.
Man's got a point.
That was really good. I mean, can we just all agree that was pretty good?
I like how he's kind of like
it was
talking.
Better than it had to be.
Mhm.
Than it had any. You know what I mean? Like,
here's why I liked it. Because I could imagine myself being able to do that.
Mhm.
You know? You know, that wasn't out of the realm of
what was possible.
My rapping abilities. Yeah. That seemed like that was like a nice poem. Like a poem.
Jacob, did you have a rap career? Were you into that whole thing?
No, but some people think I look like Brett, so
Brett.
Like Brett. Yeah, Brett. Yeah. I had a rap career.
Who the fuck is Brett? Like,
yeah,
you had a rap career, Cooper?
Yeah, Cooper.
Mhm.
Cooper. Well, why don't you hit us with your sick rhymes that
Well,
that almost brought you to the platinum
Mhm.
record.
it's kind of just like
Oh yeah, he's about to be fired because of that, though. By the way,
walking down the street. Yo, yo. Lots of people to eat. Yo, yo.
oh my god.
And that's it.
All right, all right,
All right, enough rap.
yeah. All right, let's get down to brass tacks here.
The more yos, the better.
That's true.
Yeah, but not.
I think Eminem told me that once.
Yeah.
Eminem, we hang out all the time. We're good friends. But no, so this week we were supposed to read the first two chapters of The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of you just started reading today.
Well, I got through it.
Well, no, and that's what I was gonna ask the room is, did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Cool.
I did the first part. I did the first part.
The first chapter?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you didn't do the second one? Jacob, you got all of it?
I'm pretty sure. Where did we I listened to the first two parts of that thing.
Yeah. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I got it.
Word. So we join our heroes in a really weird scenario because like this scene like doesn't really happen in the movies where like they spend like a good 30 minutes like going fucking detective Sherlock Holmes on this shit and like looking over the scene and then like deeming where everyone went. And it was really weird because I was
Why don't you remind them where we're at, John?
Yeah, John. So for our listeners
who aren't total nerds
and who don't know exactly what we're talking about, we are reviewing the first two chapters of The Two Towers by JRR Tolkien.
And
yep.
And continue with the summary that you got on me for not giving.
So far, you've only repeated what John said.
Yeah, that's almost.
No, that was just some information that I think everybody would be happy to have.
The last book.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Up the entire Fellowship of the Rings for us.
The entire one. Okay. Well, essentially, Bilbo has the ring, and he gives it to Frodo, and Gandalf comes to the Shire. And
Or
Jeez, this is painful. John, please take over.
I'm blanking a little bit.
you're playing. Yeah, it turns out I didn't read it. But no, so basically, it picks up from The Hobbit, where Bilbo has this ring, gives it to his son, and then basically shit starts hitting the fan
Nephew.
around the world. Huh? Nephew. I'm sorry, nephew.
Come on.
And shit starts hitting the fan around the world, and all of a sudden these spooky black riders come and essentially chase Frodo all the way to Rivendell, where he meets all these really cool dudes who take him through these mines where his father, or not father figure, but like a god, basically gets killed. His name is Gandalf, and he's super cool. And then they escape, and then this dude Boromir is like, "Yo, this journey's fucked. Hey Frodo, let me zoink that ring from you so we can just kill all these enemies." And Frodo's like, "No, that's too dangerous." And then all these bad guys come, and Boromir fights them and redeems himself by saving all of the small hobbits who are basically children. And then he gets killed big time. Pretty shot in the head, or not in the head, in the body 3 times. And well, actually, that's funny if you bring that up, Jacob, is because in the movies it's by an orc by the name of Lurtz. However, in the book, it does have any mention of the character Lurtz, and Lurtz was actually created entirely by Peter Jackson. But I like it.
I also like Lurtz. Can we just pretend that Lurtz is in the book too?
I mean, I think it's canon, personally. Like, it might not be referenced in the book, but I like to imagine Lurtz was the guy that killed Boromir. Like, because it was a special Uruk-hai. Like, they specify that. Like,
right.
These aren't your average bad guys. They're not your bad orcs. These are fucking superhuman orcs.
Now, did Saruman name him Lurtz, or how did he get that name? That's the whole
thing. Is like, it's. I guarantee you, what it was called is like they just either thought of the name for the character because when they were plotting it out, but I don't think he really has a line.
No, I don't think he talks.
I mean,
he doesn't have much of personality.
Well, he might be one of the ones that.
Well, maybe you have to get to know him.
Meat's back on the menu. He might be that guy.
No, I think that's in the 3rd movie. That's a little bit later, and that's an orc.
Not in the 3rd movie. We read this part.
It's in the 2nd movie, yeah.
No, he says, "Meat's back on the menu, boys."
It doesn't actually say it in the book, though.
Nope, doesn't. I mean, this entire thing, compared to the movies, is what I would say is like, I like how the book makes this seem. I mean, and I think it's a problem with just having the movies end. Is like, I kind of felt like a large amount of time passed from Boromir's death to like when they find the Rohan riders, right? Like, it seems like in the movies that like, oh, it's been like 2 weeks, but in the books it's like, no, it was a day and a night. Yeah. And I like that. I mean, in general, these chapters especially, I like how it's just nothing but plot. Like, there's no, oh, here lies the king of the mountain trees, and he was a man who fell in love with the tree, and that's why this alley is called King of the Trees. You know what I mean? Like, I love that shit, but like sometimes it's like, put that shit away. Like, I don't need any more like lore right now. I'm worried about my boys, and I like that. I like that about what we read this week.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is they find the like Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli. They find Boromir dying, right? And then they get some. Basically Boromir lets them know that the hobbits are still alive, but they went somewhere else. And then Aragorn and Legolas and them are like, all right, now we got to go find these damn hobbits. And they go out looking for them. And that's when they end up in Rohan, and some more stuff happens over there.
Who is like this outcast Rohan, like prince dude, basically, who's just a pretty cool guy, played by Carl Urban in the movies. And I gotta say, I think he's one of my favorite characters.
He's all right. He's a little whiny.
Aren't they all?
No.
A little bit.
Not Aragorn,
but most of them. But this guy in particular is kind of whiny,
In what way?
He's just mad that his dad kicked him out, or Wormtongue kicked him out of the kingdom, and
I mean,
he doesn't really get the credit that he thinks he deserves.
He does deserve.
Kind of a pretty boy.
He saves fucking Helm's Deep, dude.
Kind of a pretty boy.
All right, Meanwhile, there's Legolas, who's like basically a chick. But yeah, no. So they meet them and they talk with the riders of Rohan, and you get like the situation for the feel of Rohan, which is nice.
Wait, say that again.
They meet the riders of Rohan, and then you get a situation for kind of like the feel, like what's
Okay,
like,
never mind.
because like it's setting the stage for like, oh, like this is why the fucking like the king is all corrupted and stuff by Sauron, and Sauron's become a real big douche in like the 3-day time span from when Gandalf left. I did
Yeah.
wonder. There's like this eagle that they keep on mentioning, and I was
Right,
like,
that's out in the.
yeah, whose eagle is that?
It's got to be Gandalf.
But
Yeah.
Gandalf is Dird.
You know what else happens in this too, John?
What?
There's the scene where like, they're looking for like Pippin and Merry, and they're camping out by the forest, and like and they see like an old man in robes, and he steals their horses. Is that Gandalf?
It must be.
You know what I'm talking about? That part?
Yeah.
Does that happen in the
Yeah.
movie? I don't think so.
It definitely doesn't happen in the movie because this whole thing feels much weirdly more spaced.
Yeah.
Because the problem is it could be just a book character, and I want to make sure. Run, run.
No,
Horses run at the sight of a stooped man in a hat. Is that stooped man Sauron?
maybe
Some of
it's
the
Saruman.
confusion. Just give me an
They-
answer, dude.
They think it's Sauron in the book. They suspect it was Sauron. But then Legolas goes, no, he was wearing like a hat, not a hood, or some shit like that. I'm not sure.
No, I'm reading through this thing. Was it Gandalf or Sauron? You certainly did not see me, said Gandalf. Oh. That was Sauron?
Maybe he lets their horses go.
Yeah, I remember Saruman doing some funny things where he's kind of like playing mind games, as opposed to just kind of getting to the point.
Yeah, why doesn't he just like shoot him with a lightning bolt?
Right, because he's just cocky. He just doesn't. He doesn't think he's ever going to get taken down, and he kind of just does some funky things in the book that he doesn't do in the movies, where he's kind of just being like a little mischievous.
Right.
You definitely see that at the very end of the book too.
You know who John kind of reminds me of?
What?
Oh yeah.
Wormtongue?
I see it.
Yeah, couldn't you see John cast as Wormtongue?
No.
Maybe you know what? I could see John from like maybe like 8 or 9 years ago as Wormtongue when he was like an evil kid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But he has
could
like
see
braces.
That was
And he's
more.
kind of
Mhm.
like, yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would say I was an evil kid, huh?
A little.
I mean, I get it. I'm not fighting it. I'm just saying, huh?
You were definitely more evil than you are now.
Right. Yeah.
You've gotten
Yeah, no,
less.
for
You've
sure.
gotten markedly less evil.
Mm-hmm.
While Cooper has stayed pretty much true to his roots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Can't sell out.
Yeah.
can't sell out. I still beat people up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's what's it. It's weirdly not a whole lot that happens. Like a lot like goes down, but like not a lot of stuff to talk about because it's mainly just shit that like gets talked about during the scenes. Like
I found
you
it.
know what I mean?
I found it kind of funny that they were like, "Oh my gosh, we have to rush and we have to hurry, find these hobbits right after Boromir died." They're like, then they go into a debate over whether they should bury him or put him in a cairn, and then eventually they figure it out, and then they sing him a song for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
before they end up leaving.
Yeah. I kind of like the song.
I kind of like the song too. And I liked how the narrator had to sing it.
Yeah.
I like that too. And my thing is, and I was wondering this, is like if you were like Legolas or like Gimli after Aragorn just sang that like perfectly rhymed off the top like tune. Imagine how much pressure would be on you to like keep that.
They
consistent.
followed it up well though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the same rhyme scheme, like still made sense. Like all this stuff, like just off the top. And that's amazing. Like tell me there's something not supernatural going on there. And by the way, what a good way to go. And I like how like people are like they included that little bit where he's like, oh, you sailed down the waterfall and then out to the sea past Osgiliath, like the place where he like fought the most. And I was like, that's kind of nice that like he made it out to the ocean and then just die at the end of the fucking waterfall.
It's because he was the champion, you know?
Yeah, it's because he was the man.
He was the man. Boromir was the man. Aragorn is half elf. Boromir doesn't get the respect he deserves. I've always been in Boromir's camp. Ride or die with Boromir.
Imagine
It's definitely
Boromir with
better
the
in
ring.
Yeah, he'd mess you up.
Yeah, they should give. Honestly, I kind of would like to see Boromir at the ring for a little bit.
Or someone
would
cool
be
at
fun.
least.
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
like somebody who would use his
exploits it.
power.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see somebody with a big ass sword in the ring, just fucking up orcs.
You
You know,
That
I
would
mean,
be
no.
cool.
I think the hard part is and I don't understand why they did this. Is like they have built like, why is this ring the most powerful thing in the world? Where like it essentially only turns hobbits invisible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everyone says like,
Right.
oh, if Gandalf has it, his power would be immense. And it's like, well, I mean, sure, but his power seems pretty immense right now. So like, what would happen if Boromir had it? Like, would he just be able to like
what
Captain America?
specifically? What
He would-
specifically do they get?
This is what he would get. He would be able to go into the girls' locker room and
But that's
fulfill his lifelong dream.
But everybody has that. Like that's a decent like. It's a,
Mhm.
it's a
That's
decent
all you would
super
get because
show.
all you get to do is go invisible.
Yeah.
No, I mean I don't know. Because
No, it's not clearly not meant to be like that. But
but it's weird because that's what they make it. Like they
Right.
like
There's nothing
especially
else.
in this book is like they really make it like the ring has a lot of negatives and not a lot of positive for people talking about how super cool it is. You know, like he can't read minds with it. You know, and that, like
You know what I would have done if I was Tolkien?
what
I would have had Gandalf. I would have had a moment where Gandalf has to fight Sauron, and they have to give Gandalf the ring, and then it's like Gandalf fucks up Sauron, but then he's like too powerful for his own good, and then they have to kill Gandalf. That would be epic, right?
Yo, you know what we should do? We should all each write our own fan fiction chapter.
Wow, I would do that, except it's really hard. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it could be off the top of your head.
Okay.
No, I mean that's not.
Can it be kind of like my drawing?
Yeah.
Or-
Well,
okay.
but we would have to come up with like a word count.
10.
10. 10.
Come up with your own fan sentence. I kind of like that. How about just one sentence that
And
you
then
could
post it
add?
on Reddit.
One sentence. Just
No, not one sentence. It's
I
got to be at
pooped
least a
myself,
paragraph.
said Gimli. Like
That is pretty funny, though.
it would be pretty funny.
All right, one paragraph, 200 words. That's it.
And are we okay? I mean,
One
yeah.
passage, and you can insert it anywhere in the book you would like, and you have to read the passage before and preceding your.
Oh, Jacob,
I like that, Jacob. That's a great idea.
Jacob, I
What?
have a thing, something funny that you could do. The special scene with Sam and Frodo.
I had a feeling it was going to be that. That is a pretty good one. Maybe we should make that one off limits because that's what I'm going to write.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, I'm definitely not going to do that.
Put it on Reddit.
Dude, you know.
You would
really
actually-
don't like that.
If we put that on Reddit, they would come after our podcast so hard.
No, dude, no, they would, man. They
Yeah,
wouldn't.
they would.
I 1000%. It depends if we put that on just like the Tolkien like thing, either the post would get removed or people would just downvote it and then be like, this is stupid. But I 100% guarantee you, if it was slightly well written and like you put it on the right subreddit, people would be like, you gotta write more, bro. This is great. And there'd even be people that would be like, yo, dude, like I got my rocks off to this. Like,
Yeah, you could
not
post
my
it in like the
proudest fad.
LGBTQ.
Dude,
subreddit.
I mean 100%. I know for a fact, like there's like a not safe for work Harry Potter fan fiction, and it's like some of the craziest shit you've ever seen. Like people turning themselves into other people and like slipping inside penises and shit like that. It's hilarious.
Sean, how often do you go on that subreddit specifically?
I would say nearly every day, but the problem is it's not softcore enough for me. You know me. I like a real soft. All my porn. I barely want to know what's going on. Just a passionate makeout.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
all what I'm about.
It's kind of like an HBO type deal.
Exactly, Jacob. Exactly. If I can see any private parts, I'm out. Just give me boobs and passion. And Kenny
Passion.
Loggins playing in the background. That's Danger Zone or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know what film I did see on HBO recently? It was actually so fucking bad. I can't believe that it was weird because I thought, I mean, it could basically be a porno. It could basically be called The Cuckold, but it's called The Aftermath. And it's like this weird British movie that's slightly sympathetic towards the Nazis.
Okay.
And it's like literally, so the plot of the movie is like this British general, like colonel's out fighting in the World War II. We win. He's in charge of like settling down East Berlin or West Berlin. And so he brings his wife up who lost their son in the Blitz. And then she ends up having an affair with like the German farmhand whose house they like live in. And like having sex like multiple times, like hiding it from the husband while the husband's literally out like hunting down terrorists who are like killing kids and stuff like that. Like the husband is a good guy. He's like James Bond.
Okay.
And he's just getting cuckolded the entire time. Just his wife's getting nailed. And how it ends is with him being like, all right, you're good to go. Like, I guess I'm just gonna roll over and let you stay here with this German man. Even though like I worked all the way to like get you a spot back in London because you said it's what we needed and all this shit. And it's just so stupid because the point of this movie is like leave your hardworking husband and go have sex with like Aryan man. Like that's it. Like boom, end of movie. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? You know, there's no theme, there's no thesis. It's just fucking people this poor British guy over. Doesn't
When did
hit
you
her.
watch this?
Doesn't, and my grandpa watched it.
Oh, your grandpa watched it.
Yeah, because it was on HBO and he
Uh-huh.
just flicks on the channel. And I was like, okay. And it has Keira Knightley in it, the girl from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Alexander
She's
Skarsgård,
pretty
who
hot.
I enjoyed. Yeah, I mean, I was my attention was caught. I love the cast, but then it was like, oh my god, like it's literally just so fucking stupid because this husband's like killing Nazis that are trying to assassinate his wife and like other people, like
Whoa.
literally protecting the world, and his wife is just boning this way hotter Aryan guy.
Oh,
And
he's an Aryan guy too. I missed that detail.
yeah.
He's like a Hitler Youth type.
He's like blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, he's an architect, but it's they never. I mean, he's obviously, you know, like he's a German. He's the German. He's the guy whose house they lived in. He was an
Wow,
upper middle class German man.
That movie
Yeah,
sounds
so
that
Nazi.
movie sounds so complex and intricate.
It's not even, dude. It's, and I mean, and that's what I was so confused about. I was like, where's the twist? Like, when does like the husband hit the wife, you know, and it really validates the fact that she's cheating on him, and it just never happened. He's a super good dude. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I guess if you don't love me anymore, I don't want to be with you. And she's like, yeah, okay.
Okay, bye.
So fucking stupid. I mean, I watched it and I was like, that's crazy. The Aftermath is the name of the film. I highly suggest none of you guys watch it.
Okay. Won't do.
Yeah, dude.
Won't do. Yep. Okay.
I've ingested a lot of shitty media these past couple of days.
What are you up to?
Honestly, nothing. I've just been making GIFs and like videos and stuff like that.
For the cast?
Yeah. I mean, it's to gain karma on the Reddit account whose name is Fly You Fools Podcast, so we can actually post other places.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, right.
Want
So
me
now
to
what I do is I lurk
upvote
in
your stuff?
No. It doesn't need. I don't need no help. My
Okay.
gifts work fine. What I do is you go into like a TV subreddit and then you just download that scene and then put words to it and then upload it and people are like, great job. and it's actually like, no, this is really badly done. Like this isn't even close to great job, but whatever. I'll take it. Free marketing, man.
You know.
Yeah, man. Well, and then until
Pretty good
someone
for your
accuses
self-esteem.
you of being a pedophile and stuff like that. So there's that.
What?
On one of my memes, did I not send that to you guys?
No.
So like on one of my memes, it was like this weird one with like there was like 3 anime girls in a lineup, and it says like number 1 wants to choke you, like number 2 wants to be choked, and number 3 wants to be gentle, and then number 4 I put as like the hobbits. Just right next to all these anime girls is like number 4 wants to find your mushroom. And I was like, that's funny. And a lot of people upvoted it, but one guy's like, get this pedophilia shit out of here. And I was like, I don't think this is, I mean, I guess, like if you think about it, I guess a little,
I
but
mean, is
I
that
don't
really
know.
even possible for like, Samwise Gamgee?
Well,
I
I
feel
mean, the
like
thing is,
they're
it's
kind of
like
already
not even,
children, so
well, it's just not, I don't know. It's,
I don't know.
I
Are they children? They're not children.
They're not. I mean, they're definitely over the age of 18. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, Frodo's like 50.
Yeah, Frodo is like 50. Well, and I was like, this guy's like, I wanted to respond to him, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is a random dude on the internet. I don't give a shit what he thinks. And then I looked at his post history, and he had a whole bunch of like anti-Black Lives Matter stuff like that. So, pretty cool guy, I think. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Mhm.
Really cream of the crop. Definitely not a fucking internet monster. And speaking of internet monsters, guys, we actually got our first 2 emails from a man allegedly named George Mcdinkle.
Oh,
Hey, George.
hey, George, my man. Okay,
What'd
great
he
last
say?
name.
And I'll read you the opening, just the full letter. The full
Okay.
2. This is the first one. Fatty Jerkob, as in jerk OB, Jacob, and Noodle Arm Coop, longtime listener, first time responder here. I just wanted to say I appreciate the hustle it takes to keep this turd of a show extra stinky. Just wanted to ask some questions. Jerkub, when was a recent memory you've been a jackass? And then Noodle Arm, it's obvious listeners the it's obvious to the listeners the reasoning behind you wanting to strengthen your bare feet. So, given the current state of the country, will the quarantine still be a thing? With the quarantine and everything staying closed, when do you think you'll be able to go back to giving foot jobs?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, Fatty, why aren't you fat? You'll never be a good comic without the extra 50 pounds.
Now that is something.
That's
Now,
great.
George is
Yeah.
a very smart man.
George knows
No.
what's up.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I agree with George.
Well, here's the thing: is we got to answer these questions.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think about last time I was a jackass.
Well, I'll give you
I
an
don't know,
answer
like
right
every
here
day,
to mine.
like today.
Like today. Oh, Jacob, how sunburned did you get?
Very sunburned.
That's a good time. I mean, that was so dumb. We like I got cooked too, man.
Did you?
Yeah, man, I already was so badly burnt, which
Yeah.
I'll end in a second, but like, oh my god, dude. It was I got burnt. I got scorched.
I don't know what we were thinking. We just went and sat out right in the sun for like 4
Right,
hours
yeah, for
straight.
like
Just
I was
like directly in the sun, full steam overhead.
yeah, dude, it was not a good look. But yeah, so Cooper, when are you gonna go back to giving foot jobs?
Already started.
Already started?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still doing the barefoot thing? Let's get an update on that life.
I do it around the house as much as I can. I haven't been
Around
walking.
the house? That's nothing, dude.
I know. Allow me to.
You're making me
finish my
mad. That's
sentence.
all you're doing?
Just calm down. All right. I go outside quite a bit. I try and do some stretches barefoot outside, and I always like to get out on my lawn, in the grass and go barefoot for a few minutes. And I do sometimes I do some gymnastic stuff in my front yard.
So Cooper, do you or do you not believe that when you go barefoot on the grass or on the ground, you are thereby electrically grounding yourself to the earth, and that helps center your chi? Have you heard about that?
I have heard about this actually. That's a real thing that people think. I don't totally disagree that something is transferred from the ground through your foot. I don't know how valid any of those
worm
statements
shit?
are. Well, I don't know. I do think it's healthy for whatever reason to be barefoot. The whole electrical charge thing, I don't know. They say it affects your pH and stuff. There's not really any science behind that. I don't think.
Jacob, aren't you the guy that should be telling us whether
Yeah.
this is legit or not?
No, I
Like,
mean, I
there's no
just
way, right?
look, John. I just
No,
I
stop.
every night I just
Shut
sit
up.
at the foot of my bed and I pray. And whatever God tells me is what I believe. And so in this case, if that came to Cooper or whoever else, then so be it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's electricity, man, and I think it's just the
Okay, that
flames of
doesn't
the
make any
earth.
sense.
The electricity of the earth. When lightning strikes the ground, it charges the earth. You know, and so in order to get energy, it's like when you rub your feet on carpets. You know, you have to charge yourself up by walking around in the grass barefoot. You see?
Ah, I see.
You
I
hear?
get it now. Yeah.
Does that answer your question, George?
Yeah,
I think it
fucking
does.
George.
Hang on, I gotta deal with this animal.
So John didn't answer his question.
Right.
He's kind of avoiding that. He had to
I
go
think
deal with, you know.
No,
You want
I'm not avoiding it. If the answer is the question to why am I not fat?
fatter.
And I believe it says, why aren't you fat?
Huh.
You'll never be a good comic without the extra 50 lbs. Well, thanks for the comment, but for your question, it's
Agreed.
I cannot, and I have this now, and it's driving me nuts. But I got such like a lower neck, like lug that's just opening out, like rounding out my face in such an
Mhm.
unpleasing looking way
What?
that I just have like a
Good double
gobble
chin. Yeah.
that just is like naturally there, and like I hate it, and I gotta just be like I want to just get rid of that. So that's the reason. If I could be 50 pounds and have my face look fine, or 50 pounds heavier and have my face look fine, I still probably wouldn't do it because I'd be very heavy. But at the same time, fuck that little ring around my neck, man, or on my neck or whatever. That fucking fat gobble. I hate it.
Well, have you
I'm just gonna
considered
starve myself.
that's part of the funny look?
No, I mean it's definitely part of it, but part of me also thinks it would look funnier if it was disproportioned.
Right. If it was like
You know, like
huge,
if you
and
can be
were
weird
skinny.
looking and you're funny, but you can also be fat and funny, but you can be hilarious if you're weird looking and fat. Think about it.
I don't know. I don't like a weird looking guy who's fat. I just want a good, solid fat guy. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Cooper on this
Mhm.
one.
Like I don't want to feel weird about looking at you. I just want a
Right.
fat guy.
Right. So I can just laugh and not feel bad
Yeah.
about it.
Right. Right.
Like that would really stop you guys from laughing at someone.
Hey.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah. So, John, when are you gonna do stand-up comedy again?
Dude, I mean, it's almost. I mean, I can't see like an honest to goodness because Virginia just got pushed, or phase 3 just got postponed
For Nova?
for everywhere because we had the
Oh,
most
okay.
deaths in the entire time of coronavirus in the last 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
How many we
California
got?
just. I mean, it was
What's the
something like
national number
56.
now?
You see, coronavirus.
What's it like 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it like? Fairfax County is 10,000. Worldwide it's
Cases,
8.
not deaths.
Yeah, that can't be deaths.
Deaths it's 383. Confirmed deaths in the United States is sole coronavirus cases is 120,000, with apparently 700 and like an additional 742 which might get added because they're not sure yet. And then worldwide deaths is like 46,000 or 446,000. And
Okay.
so and then but yeah, California just saw a huge spike. Almost every place that had a huge protest is having a big spike.
Yeah. Pretty clearly the protests.
Yeah, and that's going to be crazy because every major city has had. I mean, New York's still having protests. Like, fuck. Damn. But yeah, I mean, but the real answer to that question is like, restaurants might be back online in November, but the idea of a stand-up comedy show, especially like an open mic, just like none of these restaurants are going to be trying to take big leaps like that. And especially for open mic, it's like it's not like it brings in any money anyways. It's just a bunch of depressed people going there, staying till like 1 a.m. Maybe one or two of them gets a beer, and they just sadly make each other laugh. Like it's not like it. If I was a bar, I would say fuck it. Like I'm not even gonna spend the money to keep the lights on because it just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
alternate idea. You can do your skit as one of our podcasts episodes.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and Cooper can
Mm-hmm.
heckle you.
Yeah, we can be your audience. And we're
Yeah.
pretty nice. We're pretty kind.
Yeah,
we won't
that's what I
interrupt.
would describe it as.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice and kind. But no, so I don't know. I mean, in general, and I mean, if you talk to the fucking CDC people, man, they're saying football is gonna get is at risk of being a real fucking big issue.
Football's gonna happen.
I mean, hopefully.
It will.
There just might not be any.
There just
crowds.
might not be crowds. Yeah, it's gonna happen though.
It'll still happen though.
Yeah.
But still, crowdless football will be weird.
I don't know. Just pump it in. It'll be fine on TV.
Apparently
It'll be weird for the players.
The NBA is skipping this year.
No, man, they're restarting at the end of July. All the teams in playoff contention are gonna go down to Disney World, and they'll all be isolated with each other.
And I'll just hang out and go to Disney World.
Pretty much just hang out, yeah. But they'll have like 8 games in the regular season, and then the playoffs will start, and it's just a playoff tournament with all the teams right there, and there's just no fans or anything. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of nice and fast paced.
Yeah, it's really fast paced.
Well, I mean, I like that idea more than I like, again, any sports season that has, like, especially baseball, really looking at you, baseball, like an 163 game season, it's just stupid. Like, that's so many games, and I get it's not that intense, but I would much rather have like a round robin bracket thing. Like, I think that's so interesting. You know what I mean? Like, handle it just like you would handle like a travel tournament for like a minor league or like a little league thing, where you have like a bunch of different teams show up, and it'd be easy to do, and it would just be much faster, and at least every game would be, you'd feel like something mattered instead of just twiddling your dick around. But no, what else? There's another sport thing. Oh, for the MLB, one thing I didn't realize was, like, apparently there was gonna be a big lockdown, like in a year from now, because like the players' union contract expires, and now they're like trying to fuck over the players.
Yeah, so the situation there for the MLB is that, like, essentially the owners want to play less than 50 games because that way they can pay a restructured salary to the players, like, way lower. And the players are like, well, because of the coronavirus, we should get our automatic prorated salary. And I think the minimum is like 50 games. So basically the owners want to play less games. And so baseball is just stalling their negotiations as long as possible, because this is during the season. Right now is when the season would regularly be going on. So the longer they wait, the better it is for the owners, and the players are getting really mad at the owners. And so they're kind of like at a standstill between the owners and the players and all of that. And they all kind of hate each other right now. So that's what's going on with baseball. It's all messed up. Yeah.
It's a sticky situation, dude.
Yeah, if only they were the UFC, and then you can just do whatever the fuck you want to the athletes.
Well, I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Fucking, they must be getting so many new fans because they're the only, like, thing. And, like, logistically speaking, it's so, I thought that was so smart, like, what they're doing. Like, to use, like, their own facility and then do the Fight Island thing. It's so, because, like, it's the one sport that, like, definitely can be almost the exact same without fans.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people kicking the shit out of each other. But so we're gonna go into the second email that George Mcdinkle sent.
Oh my god, we
Okay.
got 2 from
Thank
him?
you, George.
Were they on like
Yeah.
the same day or what?
Yeah, they were on the same day, and this is a follow-up. I'm
Okay.
going to ask LOTR related questions since my last message I only asked about the cast. What are those giant hyena-looking things that or the giant ugly thing that Cooper looks like that the guys ride who look like hyenas? Question mark.
Okay.
They
Well,
are
if you're
fighting
calling me a
Legolas
very strong, four-legged being capable of carrying loads
Yeah,
of
McDinkle,
weight,
that's kind of
Dude,
a
I know you're capable of
compliment.
carrying loads, Cooper.
I said of weight.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of weight to them, Cooper. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. All right.
That's there's a
Anyway,
lot of different
Yeah, your mouth's
George.
a good scale.
Anyway, George. I think those are big, giant Mordor
No.
hyenas.
Nope. Does
In my
anyone know
Come
that?
on,
expert
bro.
opinion,
You gotta know this, Coop.
Jacob, you know it, right? Of course
Yeah.
you know it.
Cooper, if you don't get this, you're kicked off the cast forever.
well, that's not true. But
Well,
they're the wolves.
it's close. They were in The Hobbit as well.
And they're also in the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 video game, which you should have played.
Which everyone should play right now. Yo,
Yeah.
Jacob, there's a pro scene now.
Really? I kind of want to
Yeah.
play that game now.
Well, I don't have it installed. So.
What the fuck? All right.
Yeah. But Cooper, you don't try and dodge the question here.
I don't know, man. I gotta be honest. I'm not a nerd. I don't know.
It's
Wow.
wargs.
Wargs, bro.
Wargs.
Wargs.
Oh,
A
okay.
mixture of wolves and just I don't even fucking know. Something
Wargs.
else. But it takes
George.
place in the Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. George Mcdinkle, or whatever the hell your name is. And I think it's called the Warg Riders, and that's the name of the scene. Great scene, by the way. Fantastic. When they're
Yeah.
all charging those guys. I mean,
I
that's
kind of like the movie a lot. I kind of like, movies. Book's good, but the movie's pretty good too.
Yeah, the movies are so good.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think there's another book to movie that does it anywhere close to this. Like when you're reading through it too, just thinking about how faithful they kind of are
Mm-hmm.
is incredible. Like we talked about it when we were reading through the first one, but they're literal pieces of dialogue lifted, like a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. They do better than any other book to movie.
Any that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean there are a bunch out there. But yeah, and so with that, I will give you guys, and we can wind this down a little bit, an update on one of my goals that I set out to do. Which
yeah,
was
let's all talk about that for a second. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I remember how I said I wanted to surf.
Oh,
Your boy did it. I drove out to Rehoboth Beach, and I rented a big foam surfboard, and I went and surfed, and I had a great time, and I got up like a handful of times. I would say around 3 or 4, and then immediately crashed. But like I got up and rode for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then the beach ran out because the waves were pretty shitty. But then a lot of really fun stuff happens. Like for instance, Jacob and I got sunburned very badly this weekend, but last weekend when I went to the beach, I got sunburned so badly that my skin began to blister. Now, I didn't realize how badly I got sunburned until after we were about 30 minutes outside of Rehoboth Beach area when my car just fucking started shaking. Like, really shaking. Like, it was a fucking earthquake. Like, I mean, going crazy. And me and my girlfriend just jumped right out of the car doors. And we were like, oh my God, that's so fucking scary. Because we were just idling, eating a sandwich. And the fucking car just started violently shaking. Like one of those things at fucking Brookstone that you stand on and you just get shook for like 30 minutes that apparently somehow you lose weight or whatever. Or gives you an orgasm. I don't know.
Yeah, you know it. You know.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's shaking like crazy. And we try it again, and then we realize like, it's fucked. And so I have to call a tow truck to get it towed, but it's Sunday at 5:00 in a small
Where are
town
you
in
at?
fucking Delaware.
Oh, you're in Delaware. Okay.
So absolutely nowhere is open. And so I have to get it towed to some random ass person's house that was basically just a fucking garage and then a trailer next to it with all these broken down ass cars in front of it, and leave it there. And I couldn't reach the guys because they weren't answering the phone because it was closed. We had to get an Uber to fucking hotel because we had to spend the night because there was no way we could get home. And fucking this guy picks us up in this Uber named Demias. Now, Demias was a very, very nice and polite guy who's one of those Uber drivers that would just not shut up. And he took us to the wrong location, I think about 3 times. He offered to drive us just back to DC in one lug, right then, right
Whoa.
there, right now. He said I could turn the Uber off, and then you can just pay me, and I'll take you back to DC. And I was like, no, I'm good. And he's like, well, I got a car buddy in like, maybe he can help your car. And I'm like, no, not like we're fine, we're fine. And then so he gives me his phone number, told me to call him if I need anything while in town. So I have a definite drug hookup if I'm ever in Rehoboth because I know Demias was pushing 100%.
I
But
really
in
liked
any
you, John.
no, dude, he was just I mean, he was helpful, but just so he made it so awkward, and it was like a 30-minute ride, and he took us to the wrong location like 3 different times, and it was just so fucking excruciating. Because at this point in time, my sunburn was really starting to come in nice, and so we get to the hotel, and then the hotel that said it had reservations online, of course, didn't have any room, so we had to walk down the street to another hotel. And people yelled at us who were going to Dunkin' and said, "Hey, get out of the road, jack-offs." When we were walking in a parking lot, and it was weird.
What?
And yeah, it was so. And then so like by this point, I'm in pain. Like we sign into a room, we just lay down, and then like my blisters pop, and like
Ugh.
fucking like on my ears too. And I'll send you guys the picture. I can't make it the background. But I mean, holy shit,
They
dude.
popped
Guys,
that day.
they popped. Well, I was laying down, like on my head, and
Uh-huh.
I had blisters on the tips of my ears, like the tip tops. And when I laid down, I fucking popped it. And from then on, it just oozed yellow, just oozed a nice yellow. And eventually it crusted over, as some people might
Oh
know.
my god.
And I felt like
Mhm.
physically sick. Like I was like, apparently it's like sun poisoning or whatever, where like your stomach feels bad, like you feel like you can't move, like all this shit. And like I'm just dying, and my car's in the shop, but I have no idea where the fuck it is. And so I wake up early in the morning. I call my bosses. I'm like, guys, I can't come into work today. Like my car's fucked. I don't have my license. And they're like, ha ha ha, that's funny. Like, enjoy your next day at the beach. But I'm fucked with my sunburn. Like, I can't move. And so I have to spend all day in this fucking hotel room just laying, trying not to move, alternating taking cold showers just the entire fucking day. While I wait on this guy who's like, he closes at like 4 o'clock sharp. And he says that he might get to it today. And I'm like, you just need to tell me what it is so I can figure out a plan to get home. He like plugs in his diagnostic thing. And apparently, what was wrong with it was the air conditioning fan was broken, and that if we just drove it home without the air conditioning on, we would be fine. So I spent like, I don't fucking know, however many hundreds more dollars on a hotel room and Ubers, and got my insurance involved and towed my car just to figure out that if I just drove home without the AC on, I
You
would have been
should
just fucking fine.
you should have just taken Damascus's help and let him
Damascus.
My dude, my.
he could've
We know
figured out.
what Damascus is from.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I once met a guy, John, very similar to who you're describing, by the name of Opine Damascus.
John, you have had really bad luck with your car on your recent road trips.
I think the answer is I think that's just not maybe a road trip car anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe. And the other point I wanted to make is, have you ever heard of sunscreen?
Huh? Yeah, no, see the thing is like I did put it on originally, like I just did not reapply. And that's the hilarious thing is like it's not an even coat of my sunburn. Like there are definitely significant portions that are around the size of my hand that like I could not reach when I was lathering myself down. So like on like there's this one streak on my arm that's like noticeably darker, maybe like 2 inches wide by like 8 inches long. And then there's on my side, there's just a big fucking, at this point it's like a tan patch because it just got fried, man. I don't know, man. It was awful. So bad. And then of course I went out with Jacob and went fishing and got more sunburn. But that at that point I was like, bring it. Like I don't even care. My eels have shed. All my skin has shed so much. I'm shedding skin everywhere. It's crazy. I'm like Hank. I just can't stop itching. Can't stop shedding. Ugh.
Healthy.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It was just a good thing. But here's what I'm saying also is that guys, I went out and I fucking surfed.
You actually
And
did
I'm
that.
gonna
Wow.
do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Just not in my car. And I'm damn proud of that.
Yeah, man.
Fuck you, Cooper. That was not the reaction I wanted. God
I
damn it.
mean, yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's just like probably a really big hassle for you to surf. Considering we don't live at the coast.
It was a huge
Yeah.
hassle. It was a huge, huge hassle. And I got super badly sunburned and took a day of PTO that I couldn't even spend at the beach, even though I was right at the beach.
No, I mean, good for you, man. Good for you doing what you got to do. Surfing's cool, man. If that's what you want to do,
Right? I'm
just
a bro now.
be like surfer bro. Yeah. Surf's up, bro.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
So update, I cut off my mullet.
You did?
Mullet's no
Damn.
more. Yeah. I really liked it.
What happened?
But it was
wasn't
just
a good look for your
it was
job?
just time. Yeah, quarantine's over. I needed a haircut either way. I regret getting rid of the mullet entirely. Because I don't know. I liked it. Now I'm just some random guy
Now
with a
I don't
normal
even want to be
haircut.
friends with you
I
anymore.
wouldn't either. There's
boring,
nothing.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So maybe if we go into quarantine again, I'll get another mullet. But right now, no mullet.
Damn,
But
that's
that
like,
was
really. I mean, John's out here living his life, meeting his goals, and you're over here.
Hey, no, that was the New Year's goal to get a mullet. I didn't say keep a mullet for the rest of my life. I
thought it was just
said get a
implied.
mullet, and I got a mullet for a solid 2.5 months. And now I don't have a mullet anymore.
I'm here for it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Like-
I'm pissed.
I am too. I'm a little disappointed, but just give it time.
I need a haircut, dude. I've learned this about my hair. My hair isn't growing like out. It's like growing like in and just like wrapping itself. It's like getting all natted and shit. It's weird. It's like almost dreads, but not really because I wash my hair every day. It's like curly in a weird way.
Cooper,
but, like,
imagine
not
John with
wavy.
dreads.
That would be funny.
That would actually be fun.
That would be funny, dude. You should get dreads.
I would do dreads before 50 more pounds.
All right, fine. You heard it here first, guys. John's getting
Yeah.
dreads
Yeah.
and gaining 50 pounds.
What?
How about this? If you don't get dreads, you have to gain 50 pounds. Deal?
I'll take that. I won't cut my hair. And I'll let
So
it
you're going to
naturally
get
dread.
dreads?
I'll let it naturally dread. For sure.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
I'm not gonna get it. I don't. I just don't have enough right now to get it, like, tied up like cornrow. I'll do it though. Like if I will grow my hair out to the point where I can get it cornrow, and I'll look like Sugar Sean O'Malley, but with a little bit more weight on me.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note, boys, I think that's a good as place as any, to just
Call it a wrap, yeah.
call it a wrap. Yeah, let's get this.
One last question.
Hood here for the XFL Wildcats, and I'm a big.
Yes.
John, why didn't you send that tweet out?
Here's the thing: is because we don't have enough followers, and if he looked at our stuff, he would said, "Wow, it's been like 3 weeks since they've gotten together."
No,
and actually
man.
did a podcast."
Did you listen to the episode though?
No, I did. I didn't listen to the episode. I listened to the portion you sent me or whatever and told me to listen to. And I get
Okay.
it. He's trying to go out and do like really obscure things that he doesn't want to do. But we don't even have like
Bro, we were
we-
perfect for that.
we're not.
We are.
We're
We
so
don't meet
still
the
are.
requirements.
We
don't meet the
still are.
requirements.
We didn't meet one of the like 6. I think you might be able to make an exception.
We're unique.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think you could still tweet at him, just see what happens.
All right, I'll do it literally right now.
Okay, cool.
What's this person's handle?
I don't know. PFT
Oh my
commenter
gosh.
probably.
Find it. Use your Google foo.
Well, I don't have Twitter.
Just look at it.
I'm pretty okay, one sec.
Jacob, do you listen to this?
Yeah, it's just
podcast?
at PFT commenter.
Commenter.
Yeah.
We'll make it funny, John.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's draft it then. We're all here.
Why already?
I have to go. I'm busy.
No, shut up.
I already sent you. Just send him what I sent you.
PFT commenter.
Mm-hmm.
That's his name.
I guess.
Fuck it.
You think he's listening right now?
Probably.
Did you put it in our group chat, Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you play the outro, John?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play the outro. Yeah.
Oh, shit, I have to play out the next one. Yeah.
Elijah Hood here for the XFL Wildcats, and I'm a big Why You Fools podcast fan, so I know they was looking for Elijah Wood, but they found me. Keep searching for that one true ring and rock on.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I got it here. Ba, 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 ba.